Guys, we might have just witnessed one of the strangest moments in modern astronomy. New images, yes, brand new ones, of the interstellar object 3I Atlas have just come out of multiple observatories, and they show something no one expected. No tail, no dust trail, nothing. A comet that behaves like it's alive. Now that might sound dramatic, but wait till you hear what China, NASA, and even Elon Musk have been quietly saying about this thing. So grab a drink, because this one gets weird.
We would like to get as much data as possible to figure out the nature of this object. It was shedding nickel with very little iron, for example, and the only place we find it is in industrial production.
We first saw 3I Atlas back on July 1st, 2025, detected by the Atlas telescope in Chile. At first, everyone thought, oh, just another interstellar visitor. You know, like Oumuamua in 2017 or Borisov in 2019. But no, this one's different. See, the latest image, captured by researcher Kang Zhang from the Lowell Observatory in Arizona, shows the object without any visible tail. That's impossible for a comet so close to the sun. Comets melt, they vent gas, they glow. But 3I Atlas, it's just sitting there, perfectly clean, perfectly intact. And here's where things start to go off the rails. When Atlas crossed near Mars' orbit on October 3rd, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter took high-resolution shots. And then, poof, silence. Those images were never released. Scientists requested access, lawmakers asked for copies, nothing. Even NASA's public response was weirdly casual. They replied to a tweet from Kim Kardashian saying, "No aliens, no threat. That's it." Meanwhile, professional astronomers, people who live for this stuff, were left waiting, refreshing, asking, where are the Mars images? Then, weeks later, something unexpected happened. China released their own images, captured from high-altitude observatories in Tibet, Yunnan, and Qinghai during a global telescope blackout. While Western observatories were down for maintenance, China kept watching. Their data showed 3I Atlas brightening, but not like a normal comet. It brightened without losing any material, almost like it powered up. That's when people started whispering, is this really a natural object? Let's talk about what's inside this thing. Spectroscopic readings suggest nickel levels far higher than iron, the opposite of what you find in asteroids or comets. And here's the kicker. That kind of purity doesn't just happen. You need industrial refinement, electrolysis, metallurgical separation. In other words, machines. You don't find that floating randomly through the cosmos. So yeah, either this comet formed in some insanely metal-rich environment, or someone or something made it that way. Here's what's making scientists lose sleep. 3I Atlas shows non-gravitational acceleration. Basically, it's moving in ways that gravity alone can't explain. To do that naturally, it would need to lose billions of tons of material. Yet, there's no visible mass loss, no debris, no coma, no tail, just movement. It's like something's pushing it from the inside. Propulsion? Nobody wants to say it out loud, but it's on everyone's mind. Now, let's break this down, because what makes 3I Atlas terrifying isn't one anomaly, it's 9. 1. It's on a retrograde orbit, yet perfectly aligned with the ecliptic plane, the same plane our planets orbit in. That's a 1 in 1,000 alignment, almost like it was targeted. 2. It has a sunward jet, gas or energy being released toward the sun, not away from it. That's backward physics. 3. It's enormous, 1,000,000 times heavier than Oumuamua, yet somehow faster. 4. It passed near Mars, Venus, and Jupiter in near-perfect sequence, hitting each window like it was pre-planned. 5. The nickel-to-iron ratio looks industrial. 6. It reflects light in ways no comet ever has, negative polarization that doesn't exist in nature. 7. Its origin point in space, within 9 degrees of where the 1977 WOW signal was detected. 8. Its brightness changes are inconsistent with cometary activity. It gets bluer than our sun. 9. The mass loss paradox. It accelerates like it's venting, but nothing's coming out. Each of those alone would be strange. All 9 together? Impossible. Leaked images from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter apparently show Atlas's surface in stunning detail. Some insiders claim the surface isn't jagged or icy, but smooth, metallic, and structured, almost like plating. If that's true, then 3I Atlas isn't just a rock. It's something built. And the fact that the data's been locked only adds fuel to that theory. When asked about Atlas, Elon Musk made a cryptic comment. Some natural bodies can be rich in nickel and iron. But what he didn't say, and scientists later pointed out, is that the ratio here is impossible without artificial processing. The last time humanity saw nickel this pure, it came from smelters, not space. Right now, telescopes across Europe, Asia, and South America are locked on Atlas. Its closest approach to Earth happens on December 19th, 2025, the best chance to study it before it vanishes forever. If this thing truly has no tail, then it's breaking every rule of comet behavior we've known for centuries. And if the metallic readings hold up, we might have to admit something that no one in mainstream science wants to say, that it's not just passing through. We're now standing at a point where science meets mystery. The data coming from 3i Atlas isn't just unusual, it's rewriting what we thought we knew about interstellar visitors. Astronomers all over the world are quietly, almost nervously, admitting this object defies the rule book. It's not behaving like a comet, it's not behaving like an asteroid, and it's certainly not behaving like anything natural. You know, usually when we find something strange out there, we eventually find a boring explanation. Dust, reflections, imaging errors, you name it. But this time, it's different. Every time scientists think they've found a reason, another anomaly shows up. And now with these new images showing no visible tail, everyone's asking the same chilling question. How can something this massive, this close to the sun, show no trace of outgassing at all? Let's think about this. Every comet we've ever studied, every single one, forms a tail as sunlight heats it up and ice vaporizes. But 3i Atlas? Nothing. Just a clean, reflective body gliding through space like it's wrapped in armor. Some scientists are calling it a dark comet, one made of ultra-dense metal or an unknown composite that simply doesn't react to heat. Others are taking it a step further, suggesting maybe it's deflecting solar radiation, intentionally. There's even a hypothesis circulating that 3i Atlas might not be a comet at all, but a probe, or even a derelict craft using the sun's gravity for a slingshot maneuver. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the thing, every data point we get just keeps supporting the impossible. Let's rewind for a second. Remember that image captured by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter in early October? That image, reportedly showing 3i Atlas without a tail, hasn't been fully released to the public. NASA says the data is being processed for calibration. But some insiders claim parts of the file have been restricted, maybe even classified. Why? If it's just another comet, what could possibly require secrecy? And then, out of nowhere, an official NASA tweet pops up answering a celebrity's question about it. No aliens, no threat. That's it. No details, no data. And yet, no one's denying the anomalies either. So what's going on here? One leading theory suggests 3i Atlas might be hollow, like some kind of massive metallic shell. Others think it's coated in a material that absorbs heat and energy, essentially cloaking itself. But there's one theory that's starting to get attention. What if this object is observing us? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we're being watched by aliens, but let's remember, the last two interstellar objects, Oumuamua and Borisov, were also strange. Oumuamua had an impossible acceleration and no visible outgassing, just like 3 Atlas. And Borisov? It looked perfectly natural until its speed didn't add up. Could it be that we're seeing a pattern here? 3 interstellar visitors in less than a decade, all behaving unlike anything in our own solar system? If that's coincidence, it's a pretty big one. The next few weeks are crucial. 3i Atlas will be closest to Earth on December 19th, 2025, and astronomers are preparing every telescope, radar, and sensor they've got. If there's any hidden activity, like propulsion, energy emissions, or even signal bursts, this is when we'll see it. Private observatories are joining in too, claiming they'll stream the approach live. But the real question is, will we even get the real footage? Because if those Mars orbiter images were locked once, what's stopping them from doing it again? And then there's that composition issue. Remember the nickel to iron ratio? That's still the elephant in the room. If those readings are correct, we're looking at refined metal, not natural ore. That means manufacturing. That means technology. And technology means someone or something made it. So we're left with this haunting thought. If 3i Atlas isn't natural, then who or what sent it here? Was it ejected from a dying civilization's system? Is it an ancient probe just passing through? Or could it be something entirely different? something we can't even classify yet. Whatever the truth is, one thing's certain. This no-tail interstellar visitor is forcing humanity to look deeper into the cosmos and into itself. Because when something crosses billions of kilometers of space, heading directly into our solar plane with surgical precision, you can't help but wonder, is it just passing through, or did it intend to find us? So what do you think? Is 3i Atlas just a bizarre natural anomaly, or could it really be the first artificial interstellar object we've ever seen? Drop your theories in the comments below, and if you want to keep following this mystery, make sure to subscribe, because as new data comes out, things are only going to get weirder. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies, because 3i Atlas might not be done with us yet.